What's up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek, definitely guru, I don't know. I'm here with my lovely wife, Tony, the working housewife on YouTube. Today, we're doing something a little different, and I'm not even sure how to approach it because it's a little bit different, and I don't want it to come off wrong. So I want to start off by saying, this isn't about views or any of that stuff or anything with YouTube. This isn't, and it's not to be pounding our chests and acting like we're better than we are or anything like that. It's not about that at all. And it's basically what it is. Let me start off by telling a story of something that happened to me about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago now, that kind of started all this. So I believe it was just before Thanksgiving. And I went to a local store here, local to my job, but they're all over in New Jersey. They're called Wawa's. They're little convenience stores, things of that nature. So I went in and I was second in line, and there was 3 little kids in front of me, and they kind of changed how they do food stamps now. It's not necessarily food stamps. It's on a debit card per se. So as I was sitting there in second in line, I'm waiting to pay, I see this little kid swiping a card, and I don't realize what he's doing at first. I just see him swiping a card, and it's not going through. And I don't know whether the kid was putting the wrong number in or there was no money on the card. I'm not really 100% sure the details. I just know that it was taking a while. It was during lunchtime, so the store started backing up, and there was a line of people going to the back of the store. The kid turned around a couple times and looked back, and you could see he was embarrassed. He apologized a couple times to me, and I kept reassuring him, you don't need to do that. You don't need to apologize to me. This is okay. I understand. It's cool. And then I realized it was the food stamps card that was being rejected, and I looked at the girl who was working the register, who was becoming frustrated because she's got a line backing up, and it's during lunch, and people are going to start getting frustrated, I guess. And so I looked at her, and I was like, how much? I didn't say it loud, but I was like, how much is this? And she was like, $7. And all it was 3 little kids. They were trying to get a sandwich and 3 drinks. And that was it. And I just was like, I'll pay for it, and I felt bad for the kids, and I was just like, I'll pay for it. And the little boy turned around to me and he was like, thank you so much, sir, I really appreciate it. And I was just like, no need to thank me, have a good day or whatever. So they left, and when I got out in the car, it made me emotional, because I started to think, I couldn't imagine going. When I was a kid, we would go to the store, we wouldn't be able to buy stuff because we didn't have the money. But it wasn't because the family didn't have the money. It was because my cousins and I and my brother, we didn't have the money. You know what I mean? One of us would have money and the other ones wouldn't, or stuff like that. But it wasn't because our parents were had fallen under rough times or anything like that. So I don't necessarily, I know that, and I was talking to my dad about this at Thanksgiving. And I had said, I know that we had rough times growing up, but I don't remember it being that bad. I know that there were, and I hear stories now, as I was older, where my mom would, buy Campbell's soup for the whole week, and we would have soup, different types of soup, every night of the week for a whole week, because we were tight on money and stuff like that. But I know that my grandparents had money, so I know, but I just know that my dad was kind of prideful, and he wouldn't ask for a handout. But at the same time, it wasn't that we were actually broke. So I can't imagine what it was like for these little kids, and especially the oldest one, who was probably about 10 years old. I don't know where their parents were. They just happened to be there. But I don't know what was going through his mind, where he sees the line backing up, he's getting embarrassed, and he's probably sitting there thinking, I might have to tell my brother and sister that we're not getting this stuff, and whatever. And so I got to the car, and I had texted Tony, and I was like, you know what? I said, we're really blessed. And you were probably like, what the heck's this idiot talking about? Because it was just random, and it was. But I just said to her, I was like, you know what, man? I said, we kind of are in a fortunate situation where we can kind of like get what we want. Like you guys see me with Amiibo and video games and all that stuff, and I kind of, if I want something, I get it. It's there are times where I just can't afford it and I don't get something, but it's more that I get than I don't, and you know, so I feel like I'm blessed. And I felt like, and I said to her, like, I remember last year at her job, rather than buying Christmas gifts for each other, you guys all adopted a family at work, and they bought gifts for the family that they adopted. And that hit me in my mind, and I thought to her, I said to Tony, I was like, how about we adopt a family for Christmas? You know, I said, even if we have to go with a little less for ourselves at Christmas time, we buy stuff for each other or for ourselves all year long. Let's try to help someone out. So that's what this video is basically about. I wanted to show you guys more or less like what we did and what you guys can do. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this inspires other people to see that there is things that you can do like this and to help other people. Tony got the number for the Salvation Army, and I called and I spoke to a woman. I was like, I want to adopt a family. What do I do? And the woman was very nice, and she just explained to me, like, you can come down and we'll go over, you know, you can pick the family you want, the size of the family, things of that nature. There is an option to meet the family, but we're not going to do that. And I feel like there's a couple reasons. One, I feel awkward because I don't want to make someone feel embarrassed or belittled. Like they have
like,
to.
I bought this for you.
Yeah.
Let me watch you.
Yeah. Like thank me for this. Yeah. Like you owe me. I don't want to do that. I feel that's kind of weird. And charity isn't about like puffing your chest up, and it's about helping people. And so I don't want to be the type of person that's just like, look at me, thank me, you owe me. Like I don't want to do that stuff. That's just rude and condescending. So the other thing is like, how old's the little girl?
The little girl is 10.
Okay, so the little girl's 10, the little boy's 11. You know, maybe they don't believe in Santa Claus, but I want them, even if the mother just makes them believe that they got it for them, or you know, or maybe they feel like Santa Claus got it for them or something like that. Like I don't know, but I don't want to be the one to be like, you know, I don't want to be that type of person. I just feel awkward about it. So what I would say is, and what I would encourage you guys to do is, it's not too late. You know, you can call your local Salvation Army, call your Goodwill, whatever. Make a donation if you don't want to do anything. Like there is options to do, and I feel like we're going to do this every year from now on, because I feel like it's a really good thing to do for people, but it's also a good thing to do because Christmas has become this commercialized thing where we start hearing about it before Halloween now. And it's all about the commercialized and people fighting about whether stores should open up on Thanksgiving and is it too early and all this. And I just felt like this is a way to bring it back. And you know, the other thing too is like, maybe these kids don't believe in Santa Claus, but Christmas is for kids. You know, like that's where I think we lose in all of this, where everybody says like, oh, it's about religion, it's about this, it's about that, and all this stuff. At the end of the day, you know, yes, it is about Jesus, it is about the birth of Christ and all that stuff, but little kids get excited that morning when they go downstairs and they see that tree lit up and all them presents under the tree. Like that excitement, you can't buy. I mean, you can buy it per se because you're buying gifts and put it under the tree, but you can't. It's something that's like impactful on a little kid. Like all your best memories as a kid is that moment, that anticipation the night before of going to bed and just wondering like, is there anything going to be under the tree when you wake up in the morning, and then going down and just seeing like presents, and you just want to tear them open, and you know, and scared to go wake your parents up, and is it too early, and is it not, and you're looking at the clock, and it's, because I remember when I was a kid, me and my brother would always go down and like, or go out to the tree and look and be like, oh my God, Santa Claus came or whatever, and then look at all this stuff, and then we look at the clock and it's like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, we're like, do we go to bed? And then my parents would always, I can remember my dad always being like, go to bed, go back to bed, it's too early, and then we go back to bed and we can't sleep, we're just sitting there like nuts. So I don't want to, like, I just felt like that's what this is about. So pretty much what Tony and I are going to do is we're going to go to Target today, or whenever, tonight, whatever. We're going to buy some gifts, all that stuff, and then we're gonna kind of show you guys us shopping and doing some different stuff, and maybe the car ride over and at the store when we're done and all that, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap it up and say anything, say some closing stuff. But I encourage you seriously, if this touches you in any stretch of the imagination, which I hope it does, I hope it makes you feel like there's something you might want to do for somebody else, contact your Salvation Army or again your Goodwill or whatever. Even if it's you feel like you don't have time to go shopping or whatever, even gift cards for like groceries and stuff, like that's
the paper that we got when we picked the family. I mean, it was like, yeah, they had a gift card for grocery shopping, and then she also requested like laundry detergent and cleaning supplies, and it's like, wow. Yeah,
you don't realize.
That just like.
Yeah, that's when it hits you that you don't realize how bad people have it, and we are in a time where things aren't very good in this country, but at the same time, like, people are blessed just to have jobs. We both have jobs, thank God, and I just feel like if we can help out, we're going to help out. So anyway, we'll come back, wrap this up, so enjoy. Okay, we're back. We went shopping and we got everything we got. One thing I forgot to mention that we are doing prior to all this is my mom heard about this, and so she bought a gift card for groceries, and she also bought like a gingerbread house that the kids can put together and stuff, and it's a little thing that they can do together as a family, maybe Christmas Eve or something like that. We have to turn the gifts in by the 18th, which we'll probably do 17th, 18th, whatever it is. But I enjoyed the shopping. Should we show? What we'll do is we'll just, rather than showing all this stuff, because there was a lot of stuff, we'll just kind of do like a haul. Just show you guys everything we got and all that. We're not going to explain everything and all that and all that stuff. But like we said in the car, like we spent more than we anticipated. Yeah. But it's for a good cause. It
was like you just started getting stuff, and you kept wanting to get stuff for them. Yeah. Like it was a lot of fun.
The toys were cool, the Minecraft stuff, and then the Pokemon stuff. Pokemon's hard because. And the boy's 11, so it was like, I don't want to buy stuffed animals for him, even though it is Pikachu and stuff like that. But like, we might be a little too old for that.
Little girl was easy for me. It was all Barbies.
Yeah, that was simple. But I'm like, do I buy? So we got the Minecraft set, and then I did buy one Pokemon. It was an action figure Pokemon and stuff. So there is some cool stuff that he got. I had to get him a Batman shirt because regardless whether he had Batman on his list or not, he's got to have Batman. I think I got him an Avengers shirt and a Captain America shirt. So you know, that's cool. We got them all shoes.
Got them all shoes. Because that's, you know, especially the mother. I got her some tops and some shoes and stuff because I would have a feeling she really doesn't buy herself anything. I'm sure she is all about her, you know, getting her kids stuff. So I wanted to make sure that she had something nice too.
Did you buy the little girly clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah. You bought her some clothes. We bought them all clothes. We bought the boy and the girl toys. Bought them all clothes. Bought them shoes. Yeah. And that was pretty much it, right? But yeah, so that's it. This video is actually going to get posted on my channel, The Geek Guru. It's also going to be on Tony's channel, The Working Housewife. We encourage you guys to just share this with as many people as possible in hopes that like more people will do this. And let us know, like, you know, is this something you maybe not do this year, but maybe next year, moving forward? You know, do you like videos like this? Like, do you feel like it's out of line for us to do? You know, do you think, because I was curious. I mean, I even asked the people in my Geek Guru Facebook group, like, should I, shouldn't I? And it was overwhelmingly yes. Like, people were like, yes, do it. They wanted to see it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I just, you know, I feel like...
It's not bragging. It's just trying to give people the idea that this is something you can do during Christmas.
Because I don't think people think... and I'm talking about myself personally. I never considered doing something like this prior. And honestly, if it wasn't for them 3 little kids at the Wawa that day, I probably wouldn't have done it this year. I probably would have never have done it. But it touched me so much and made me feel just guilty, you know. And not that they did anything wrong. It was just that I sat there and I felt guilt, you know, like, man, I can't help people out, like, in this, you know. And honestly, like, I think a lot of it, and I need to say this, you know, a thank you to a lot of the people in the Geek Guru Facebook group, because, you know, when I started this channel and all that stuff, like, it wasn't about helping each other and helping people, and we have a community that truly tries to help each other with getting things and such. So I think that also helped in this process, because it kind of changed the way I am, where, you know, like, I get extra amiibo and I'll give them out to people, like, whoever needs them and things of that nature. So this kind of just continued the process of doing that. So thank you to the people in that group. You guys are really good people. Soup to nuts, top to bottom, everybody there is just solid people who, you know, are very generous and helpful to each other. So if it wasn't for that, I don't know that I would be the type of person I am right now.
I personally like to see stuff like this because, you know, you watch the news and you hear things and you just see all, like, the bad things happen, and then you start to wonder, like, are people just really bad now? Like, does nobody care about anybody anymore? So when you see things like that, and the people in the Geek Guru website help, you know, the Facebook page helping people and stuff, that makes you feel better. Yeah. That there's at least hope that people are still, you know.
It is true, because we are in a world today where that's all you see is negativity. And, you know, everybody hates each other and everybody wants, you know, it's just enough. Like, seriously, like, you know,
everybody's against everybody.
Yeah, like, this is the time of year where you're supposed to help each other and do stuff for each other. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am Bobby, Geek Guru, Tony, the Working Housewife. That is all.